What's happening, everybody? It's your boy Mike J. This is the first vlog I've done since producing the Fame Summit. I did a lot of podcasting during that time period, and I'm going to upload all those videos as well from the podcast. But, as I live and learn and evolve and produce things and create things, I always try to take in information and use it as a part of my strategy and just use it to evolve myself and also to kind of clarify certain things that people aren't catching on to. And one of the things that stood out and that's kind of been on my mind since producing Fame Summit is the word community and kind of like what that term means to me. So I did a lot of press. I did KMOJ and a couple other radio stations, and like I said, I did podcasting and press releases and stuff like that. And every now and then I would get somebody saying, oh, I thought this event was free, or oh, what's the price tag on it, or what are you charging? And I kept wondering why people would think that I would spend 8 months speaking to over 200 individuals in order to put together the Fame Summit, why that would be a free event. So I kept wondering, like, why do people think something of such a great value when you're talking about singer-songwriters who have worked with Michael Jackson and Beyonce and Trey Songz and Mary J. Blige, or we had Grammys and Emmys as a part of this event, and it was actually more affordable even than I intentioned in the beginning, right? I made general admission, and I think it was $30, and then $65 for the panels, so that's extremely cheap. When I go to conferences, I usually have to pay $800 just to get in. That's not including flight and travel. And I brought something that you would usually have to go to, LA or San Francisco or, Atlanta or Chicago or New York City to participate in. I brought it to the Twin Cities. So I'm wondering, like, why? And so when I went back and listened to some of my interviews and looked at certain other things, it clicked with me, and it was like, I kept saying, like, this is something I've put together for the community. And it made me realize that people think the word community means free. The word community does not mean free. And for me, just in a terms sense of it, or a mind frame sense of it, like, to me, community means opportunity. This is an opportunity that I had brought and I'm bringing again to the community. So when I say I put this together for the community, if I do something free, you're not going to get value out of it, because then I got to get everybody else to participate for free. And who's going to, fly into Minnesota and do something? This has never been done. What I just produced with Fame Summit has never been done. There's been a speaker, maybe one at a time, that's come in and spoke to people. Colleges produce, different type of events where they try to educate on certain topics. I covered film, art, music, and live entertainment. I brought in entertainment lawyers, and I gave people real like, after our speakers were done, they didn't disappear behind the stage to some green room. I directed them to the backdrop, and they took pictures and networked with every single person. Like, my speakers made connections with each other. The audience made connections with the speakers. I myself, who produced it, got more opportunities and more people added to my network from producing this. It's opportunity. Community doesn't mean free. If you're getting something for free, you're paying for it somewhere else, whether it's the quality, whether it's having to give up all your information to participate. Like, no. Community means opportunity. When somebody's creating an opportunity that's specified to you, and when I say community, I'm talking about the creative community. I'm talking about the urban community. I'm talking about the black community. I'm talking about people of color. All these different communities, and we have Bitcoin, which is Blacks in Technology, so I'm not naming all these different communities to stay away from being specifically black, but I, as a creative and an artist, like, I created this for the creative community, right? And as a black man, my focus is the urban and the black community, but this was for everyone, and everyone was represented. And yeah, I realized after, like, reviewing my clips that I was saying community a lot, and I think a lot of people are used to, like, handouts. When they hear the word community, they think it's a handout, and trust me, you're not going to get anything great in life from a handout. You just won't. Like, opportunity being given is what community is about, because that's how a community thrives and that's how a community grows, from opportunity. Getting together on the block and getting some free chips and hot dogs and a free concert with local artists, that's cool, but that's not opportunity. What opportunity is that creating for you? That's not creating I put together a summit, a one-day summit at a college to teach people whether they want to be signed to a record label, whether they want to create their own record label, whether they want to work in a Hollywood production studio, whether they want to create their own production studio or shoot ads, or be any type of artist, do a podcast, be a broadcaster, whatever you want to do in entertainment. Like, I created a platform for people to come be able to learn the real way. I mean, they talked about BMI and ASCAP. We talked about, different things in the entertainment law, and just making sure you have a will and how your company's set up and structured, and partnerships. And I mean, we talked about amazing things, and like, what's these people who you would consider on or successful, what are their real goals, and like, what does it feel like to start making it in the industry? We had those honest conversations, and you can't have that for free. The flights weren't free that I booked for people to come stay at. The hotel's not free. Like, the work I put in to get sponsors wasn't free. Like, it costs money to produce opportunities. And the way that works is somebody, aka me, puts up a lot of money, and then every individual pays a small piece of that to make money come back, so that we can continue to have these opportunities. So moving forward, Fame Summit is actually going to be more expensive than it was. It's not going to be expensive because it is about creating opportunities. But I mean, to meet the people that I brought for $30, $65, like I said, I go to conferences, $800 to get in, then another $1,500, $2,000 for flight and hotel and food and drinks and bringing networking materials and all that. So moving forward, make sure you show up. Make sure you understand when I use the term community, that's not a loaded term. I'm talking about opportunity. Make sure that even if you can't make it, you buy a ticket and you give it to somebody who can make it. Every single one of us knows at least 5 to 10 people that want to rap, that want to sing, that want to act, that want to produce, that want to shoot, that want to DJ, that wants to model. I'm bringing the opportunity. I'm putting it together. Like, it took me 8 months last time. This time it'll be a full year or more, because I've already started on next year's now, right? So when you think about community and you think about community events and community leaders and all these types of things, we have to stop thinking that it's free, and we have to stop wanting it to be free. We have to want things to be an opportunity. When somebody says they want to do things for the community, you have to ask them, what does that mean? You just want to throw a block party and we dance and take pictures and selfies, and then the block party leaves and we're still stuck in the same situations with no knowledge or no networking opportunities and being no further than we were before. That's not community. Community is opportunity, at least when you're speaking to me about it. With that said, I'm out.
How would you describe yourself?
It took my whole life to become who I always said I was going to be.